women have read it. What did you think feel the first time you saw a penis? Honestly, stealing this from an earlier post about men have read it, but shoot. I remember thinking I couldn't believe how hard it really was. Really felt like a wooden stick under some skin. I didn't know the term hard on was so literal. We were both kids and I thought the standing up to pee thing looked like a time saver. They're much softer than I expected. Like velvet almost. It's very nice. Softer in texture than I expected, and I did not think it could flex like that. What an inconvenient thing to have dangling around all the time, faced with tears of joy. If you mean in a sexual context, then I was utterly fascinated. Mostly because I'd never interacted with a penis before, and I guess I liked the person it was attached to, so I thought it was adorable. Edit. This was in my teens. I'm old now. It made me feel more nervous about having sex because it seemed impossible for it not to be painful. WTF. That's the only thing that popped out in my mind at the first time I saw Dick Earl. The first time I wrapped my fingers around a tumescent penis, I literally thought of Margaret Thatcher's "a steel hand in a velvet glove" quote. I was surprised to find that hard dicks feel like the softest baby skin ever, slid over a wrist bone, whereas flaccid dicks are so squishy you can fold them in half. I didn't realize they'd often curve. I thought they'd just poke straight out in front like a thumbs up. In 20 years of handling various dicks, every single one of them has looked completely different. They're both magnificent and mesmerizing ***, and ***, also the goofiest looking things on a human body. Dicks are great. Was utterly fascinated by how the foreskin moved back and forth, and how it seemed to be soft and firm at the same time. Like others have said, the skin was way softer than I expected. Yusuo Naito. A guy sent me a dick pic and I thought it looked like an angry worm. I also thought it was inconvenient to have all that stuff hanging there. I was a young teenager at the time though. I was too distracted by his balls tbh. Couldn't stop thinking how ugly they are, testicles in general, not my first partner's. I was so nervous. I was touching it so lightly, as if it were a butterfly. I tickled it. I didn't know how to handle it and was scared of hurting it. I legit thought there was a bone in it, SMH. It didn't look anything like I thought it would. I grew up in pre-internet days, and I laughed because of how wrong I was. I feel like I always knew, so it was definitely not a surprise. In my country we have educational books for children, and I remember seeing children comic books that kinda showed it in an innocent way. I know it sounds weird, but if you know Turma de Monica comics you will understand, and we learn about reproduction system at school at around 11 years old, and in that class we also approached safe sex. It's all very natural. It was huge. I started crying. I think I just wasn't ready at all. Ooh, I want that in my pussy. I took baths with my siblings growing up, so I mostly thought, that's weird, then went back to yelling at them for farting in the tub.